World Numismatic Finds presents the top 5 rare UK 20 pence coins. From the well-worn charm of the 1985 coin in bad condition to the 1996 piece that's seen years of circulation, these humble treasures hold stories worth far more than their face value. The 1984 Rusty Edition, 1994 Dirty Survivor, and the 1982 Dilapidated gem all carry the irresistible allure collectors crave. Proof that even the most imperfect coins can shine with rare value and historic appeal. Get ready to uncover the hidden work behind the forgotten British beauties. Let's get started up with the 1985 20 pence coin tucked away in your drawer, jingling in an old wallet, or sitting at the bottom of a coin jar. You might want to take a much closer look, because even one that looks dull, worn, or a little scratched could turn out to be something quite special. The 1985 20p coin holds a fascinating place in British numismatic history. While it may appear ordinary to the untrained eye, collectors and coin enthusiasts know it's a coin that can stir excitement in today's rare coin market. Its story begins with the early years of the 20 pence piece, first introduced in 1982, making the 1985 issue part of the coin's earliest production runs. That alone already gives it a certain nostalgic charm, but the real appeal lies in its scarcity and collectible appeal among those who hunt for coins with low mintages or hard-to-find examples in any condition. Despite being nearly 4 decades old, genuine 1985 20p coins are becoming increasingly sought after, especially as collectors try to complete early decimal collections in top grade. Coins struck in this year are far less common than the more recent issues you find in circulation, and when they do appear, even ones in a fairly bad condition can catch a surprising amount of attention on the collector's market. Worn edges, faint lettering, or faded portraits of Queen Elizabeth II might lower the grade, but they don't erase a coin's charm or its growing desirability. Many collectors are happy to pay above-average prices just to secure an authentic 1985 specimen, even if it has seen better days. Now, when it comes to the value, things get especially interesting. The market for these coins has been showing consistent upward movement over recent years, particularly in the United States and international auction platforms where British coins attract premium bidding activity. While the exact value depends on the coin's condition and grading, examples certified at around the MS65 level, meaning a coin in mint state with minimal imperfections, have been recorded selling for figures around $1,200 in some markets. Yet, in more intense bidding environments, especially those associated with top-end auctions and collector-driven online platforms like eBay or major grading services such as PCGS and NGC, these same coins have been seen changing hands for figures closer to $2,200. Those are impressive amounts for a piece that once bought a packet of crisps, and it's exactly that kind of return which draws new collectors into the hobby every year. Next up, the 1996 20 pence coin from the United Kingdom. At first glance, it may look like any other coin you might find tucked away in a jar of loose change or forgotten in an old wallet. But don't be fooled. The 1996 20 pence piece has gained impressive attention in recent years, especially within numismatic circles and among online collectors. Although it's officially a circulating coin, its growing rarity and collectible appeal have turned it into a sought-after piece that's now commanding surprisingly high values in the collector's market. Many people have started searching their change in hopes of discovering one in decent condition, as even circulated examples are being appreciated far more than their face value. When it comes to rarity, the 1996 20 pence coin stands out due to its limited production compared to other issues of the same decade. While not officially classified as a rare era coin, the combination of its age, condition scarcity, and numismatic interest has made it quite desirable. Over time, circulation has worn down most examples, and finding one that still holds its sharp details, clean edges, and visible minting characteristics has become a real challenge. The coin itself carries the well-known crown Tudor rose design on the reverse side, created by William Gardner, with Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on the obverse. It's an unmistakably British coin, carrying the classic elegance of the Royal Mint's craftsmanship from that period. But what really makes the 1996 version special is how it's now being hunted down by collectors who see it as one of the hidden gems of the decimal series. Now, let's talk about the exciting part, the market value. While the standard circulated coin might fetch only a modest amount, those in particularly fine condition are seeing a remarkable surge in interest. On major online auction sites like eBay where coin enthusiasts from across the globe gather to buy and sell. The 1996 20 pence have been seen selling for far beyond its face value when listed with clear photos and proper grading details. Some collectors have reported competitive bidding, with prices often climbing higher than expected due to growing recognition of the coin's collectability. According to various coin grading sources and numismatic marketplaces such as PCGS and NGC, a 1996 20 pence coin graded MS65, meaning it's in mint state with only minimal marks or blemishes, could be valued around $1,000. This valuation reflects not just a condition but also a demand among British coin collectors who value well-preserved examples of this era. Next up, the 1984 20 pence coin. Now, while many people might dismiss an old, rusty 20p as just another coin that's passed through countless hands, collectors and numismatists across the world know that even in a worn or rusty condition, certain coins from this period can hold surprising value and strong demand in today's rare coin market. The 1984 20p has become an intriguing coin among enthusiasts, not because of its shining looks, but because of its historical position in the early years of the decimal system and the growing interest in British coinage from the 1980s. Even coins that appear aged or rustic can tell a powerful story, and more importantly, they can bring a very real return to the lucky owner who recognizes their potential. The 1984 20 pence coin features a crown Tudor rose on its reverse side, a design by William Gardner that captures the traditional beauty and heritage of British culture. On the obverse is a young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, a timeless image that represents the stability and grace of an era that collectors continue to cherish. Though minted in large numbers for circulation, very few examples from this year have survived in truly high-grade condition due to everyday use, exposure, and natural oxidation over time. The ones that remain, especially those preserved well or recovered with minimal surface wear, are now becoming harder to come by, particularly as collectors worldwide are turning their attention to earlier decimal issues. Even coins that have suffered from rust, discoloration, or surface aging can still capture attention among enthusiasts because of their year, design, and the growing nostalgic appeal of coins from the 1980s. The collector's market often works in waves, and right now, we're seeing a steady rise in interest in these transitional era coins, driven by both nostalgia and investment potential. In recent years, the prices for the 1984 20p have shown notable increases on various platforms like eBay, NGC, PCGS, and other trusted coin grading and auction houses. On online marketplaces, you can find circulated examples selling far above their face value, especially those that still maintain legible details and decent metal preservation despite visible aging. Now, when it comes to top-graded examples, that's where things become truly exciting. Coins certified by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC with a grade of MS65 have been seen fetching impressive figures, with some examples being valued around $900, depending on presentation and market timing. On certain coin trading platforms and during specialized auctions, demand has occasionally pushed prices even higher, with a few standout listings reaching up to $1,300 for pristine or near-pristine graded pieces. These figures show just how hungry the market is becoming for British decimal rarities. Coins that once went unnoticed are now drawing serious collector competition, particularly from overseas buyers who see long-term investment potential. For the average person holding a 1984 20 pence coin, it's worth remembering that condition does matter, but even a rusty example has its charm. The patina and aging on a coin can often add a layer of authenticity that appeals to collectors who appreciate a coin's journey through history. The natural discoloration doesn't always mean it has lost its value. Sometimes it can make the piece even more visually striking and desirable as a historical artifact. The fascination with such coins lies in their blend of rarity, story, and the thrill of discovery. You could have an old 20p sitting forgotten in a drawer, and without realizing it, be holding a small piece of Britain's monetary history that collectors around the world are willing to pay for. Next up, 1994 20 pence coin lying around in your old change drawer, covered in a bit of dirt or corrosion. Don't be too quick to dismiss it. That little coin might just be worth a lot more than you imagine. The 1994 20 pence piece, although appearing ordinary at first glance, has gained growing attention in recent years among coin collectors and enthusiasts, particularly in the United Kingdom and the United States. Despite being a common issue at the time, certain examples of this coin have become surprisingly desirable in the collector's market, especially when they are found in particular conditions or with minor variations that appeal to numismatists. Even in a dated or circulated state, some collectors are willing to pay a premium because of its age, design, and historical appeal tied to the early modern phase of decimal coinage. The 1994 20 pence coin features a crown Tudor rose on the reverse, designed by William Gardner, and the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Raphael McCloof on the obverse. While millions were minted, not all of them survived in pristine form, and those that have maintained their quality or hold some striking details are increasingly rare. Over the years, collectors have noticed that even circulated or slightly corroded coins from this particular year can fetch a decent value depending on their condition and appeal. A 1994 20p coin in a dirty or worn state might not look impressive, but on various auction platforms, especially those that specialize in British coinage such as eBay and other numismatic marketplaces, these coins have been seen to attract more attention than one might expect for such a common denomination. Now, if we move into the more serious grading territory, things get really exciting. According to market trends observed across platforms like PCGS, NGC, and online collectors markets, a 1994 20 pence coin graded MS65, which means is in gem uncirculated condition, could reach an impressive value of around $500. That's quite remarkable for a coin that originally had such a modest face value. But the story doesn't end there. Depending on the demand, the tone of the coin, and the visual appeal under professional lighting, some examples have even been recorded reaching higher figures, as much as $800 in certain high-profile auctions or private sales. These are not just one-off cases. Rather, they reflect a growing trend of collectors seeking out older decimal issues in exceptional condition before they become increasingly scarce in the coming decades. At last, the 1982 20p holds a remarkable place in numismatic history. This coin was among the early issues following the decimalization period, representing the first full decade of the UK's new decimal currency system. What makes the 1982 edition particularly interesting is that it marks a transition period in British minting, a time when certain design, metal, and minting variations occurred, creating the foundation for future rarities in the 20p series. Even a coin that looks aged or has lost its luster can still carry an astonishing premium today if it connects to that heritage and holds historical importance. Now, many collectors and investors are turning their attention toward the early 20p coins, especially from the 1980s, as their availability in high grades is decreasing dramatically. When you find a 1982 20 pence coin, even in a dilapidated state, it's worth examining carefully, because coins from this period can reveal striking variations or minting differences that set them apart from standard circulation issues. Collectors today are scouring online markets such as eBay, auction houses, and grading platforms like PCGS and NGC, searching for any example that might possess strong historical or visual appeal. In particular, coins that retain some detail despite heavy were becoming increasingly desirable among collectors who appreciate the early issues of modern UK coinage. When it comes to the current market value, things get truly exciting. According to data gathered from various trusted coin trading platforms and auction results, a 1982 20 pence coin, even one that has clearly seen better days, can still attract solid interest and value among collectors. In circulated or dilapidated condition, many of these coins trade for modest sums, but the real surprise comes when a rare or well-preserved example emerges. In the graded market, particularly at an MS65 quality, the value of the 1982 20p can reach up to $1,500, reflecting the strong demand among serious numismatists. In certain auction events and private sales, prices have even surged higher, occasionally touching around $2,000 for exceptional examples authenticated and certified by major grading companies. These figures, taken from various reputable coin market sources and recent online auction results, show that collectors are willing to pay handsomely for a clean, well-struck coin with good eye appeal, especially when provenance and certification come into play. What truly drives the value of the 1982 20 pence coin is a combination of nostalgia, rarity, and increasing global interest in British decimal coinage. Coins from the early years of the 20ps release hold a unique place in collectors' hearts because they symbolize a shift in everyday British currency design and production. with a growing number of enthusiasts searching for complete 20p collections. Even worn and aged examples are finding themselves in demand. The coin's obverse features a familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Mackin, while the reverse carries a crowned Tudor rose, both symbols deeply rooted in British heritage. That historical and aesthetic value, combined with the limited survival of pristine examples, has made this coin a standout among early decimal issues. For UK collectors and international buyers alike, the 1982 20p represents a golden opportunity. The coin market today is not only about age or condition, but about story and significance. And the story behind this coin, the first chapter of the 20p's journey through British history, makes it irresistible to those who recognize long-term potential. Whether you find one in your change box, a family drawer, or a coin collection passed down through generations, don't overlook it just because it appears battered or faded. The truth is, many of these old coins, especially the early issues like the 1982 20 pence, have quietly appreciated in value while remaining under the radar of casual collectors. So, while a dilapidated coin might look unremarkable, its true worth could surprise you. The 1982 20p coin has already proven to be a smart investment for those who held on to them or managed to secure well-graded examples. As the market continues to rise, collectors are becoming increasingly willing to pay top dollar for quality or rarity. Whether you're looking at eBay listings, PCGS-certified auctions, or NGC-graded sales, the evidence is clear. This coin has entered a new phase of demand. The price trend suggests that as time goes on and fewer high-grade examples remain in private hands, the coin's value could continue to climb. In essence, the 1982 20 pence coin stands as a reminder that even the most humble and weathered coins can tell a story worth thousands. From $1,500 in MS-65 condition to as high as $2,000 in certain exclusive auctions, it has proven itself a prized collectible in the world of British decimal coins. For those who appreciate history, beauty, and potential profit all wrapped in one small silver-tone coin, this 1982 20p is more than just currency. It's a hidden gem in the modern numismatic market.